Have you ever been intrigued by a game that looks terrible? So you check out the Metacritic score, which confirms you should probably give it a wide berth, but then morbid curiosity gets the best of you and you buy it anyway. I'm Kutski, and this is my review of Big Buck Hunter Arcade for Nintendo Switch.
Get ready!
Big Buck Hunter was originally a light gun game in the arcades. I'd never actually played it, but I've seen it loads of times in bars in America and Canada, and it always seems to attract the same sort of people that you might see trying for the high score on the punch machines, if you know what I mean. I recently saw the game on sale on the Nintendo Switch eShop for £1.79. I've zero interest in hunting, but then I've got zero interest in fishing either, and I loved Sega bass fishing in the arcades back in the day, so I thought I'd give this a go. There's not much to explain really. It's an arcade hunting game. You have the option to hunt deer, moose or elk in a choice of 3 different locations. Each level has 3 deer scuttling about the bushes in amongst the does. Your goal is to kill the deer without hitting a doe. The instant you hit a doe, the game's over. There are also a variety of critters just minding their own business, which you can shoot for bonus points, and the occasional trophy animal, such as bears or tigers who try to attack you to end your killing spree of the innocent wildlife. I imagine most of the fun with this game in the arcades is going to be playing it with the prop shotgun shooting at the screen, and that's where the biggest fail of the home port is, in the controls. The only control option is to move the crosshair around the screen with the left thumbstick. As we've seen with other Switch light gun games, the motion controls in the Joy-Cons is far from accurate, with an annoying amount of drift, but not having this option really does leave the game feeling sterile. And on top of this, the thumbstick control for the reticle is incredibly twitchy. There is a sensitivity setting which is set on 3 by default. I had to dial this down to 1 before it was even playable at all. To stretch out the game a little bit for the home version, they've included an adventure mode which allows you to play through the levels consecutively, giving you a final score. I'm not quite sure exactly what a trail guide is, but you're provided with one for each level, and they always seem super excited about it, and not very prepared either. I'm going to have to lend Nicolita my coat if we're going hunting moose in the snow here. Oh, and do you like that little animation of the deer running in the corner? I hope so. That's the loading screen, you're going to be seeing that a lot. There are a few redeeming features though, such as the Minigames selection. Random scenarios such as shooting cockroaches in an infested kitchen, bottles of moonshine in a shed, or eels in a sunken ship. These are actually more fun than the main game. The problem is, once you play any one of them, which only lasts around 30 seconds or so, you're dropped back to the main title screen again, where you have to fight your way back through the menus and the tediously long loading screens to play again. There should have really been an option to play all of these back to back, or at least retry one over and over for a high score without having to reload constantly, which takes significantly more times longer than you'll actually play the minigame for. There's an online leaderboard too to add some replay value to the main game, where the trail guides also like to hang out and be excited about your high scores this time. I'm not personally offended by stuff like this, and it's so ridiculous, it's obviously done in jest. I think the arcade was originally released in the early 2000s, different time and all of that, but I did think it was a bold move to leave this in the current climate, if you know what I'm saying. So yeah, overall it's a tough one to recommend. It really isn't great, but maybe if you played this back in the day, it'll be fun to have a bit of nostalgia with. Or if, like me, you're still intrigued to have a little look, £1.79 isn't going to buy you much else in 2022, and it'll keep you amused for an hour or so, even if you never go back to it. I mean, it must have cost £1 to go in the arcades, which barely lasts a minute if you're good, but I don't think I could recommend paying any more for it. Hope you found this review helpful. If so, please drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with new videos, and let me know in the comments what a trail guide is. I'm still a little bit confused. But thanks for watching. Until next time, this is Kutski signing out, keeping the games alive.